Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, my dear brothers and sisters. Have you ever felt a deep unexplainable feeling inside of you, as though something greater is calling you? That feeling might seem vague, but if you listen closely, you'll realize it's a whisper from the Divine. Tonight's message is here to confirm everything you've been feeling deep inside. Feelings you couldn't put into words, thoughts you couldn't express but always knew were true. As believers, we often experience moments of doubt, longing, or confusion, wondering if we are truly on the right path. It's in those moments, when our hearts are seeking guidance, that Allah chooses to send us a message. These messages don't come with a loud voice or a grand spectacle. They arrive quietly, gently confirming the truth that has been buried deep within us all along. Before starting this video, do not forget to like this video, because it gives us a lot of strength to continue sharing beneficial content. And I invite you to subscribe to our channel and activate the notification bell to stay informed of our upcoming publications on the Islamic faith. Thank you, and good video. Tonight, I want to share with you that Allah is aware of what you are feeling. He knows your struggles, your doubts, and your inner yearnings. This message is for you, to reassure you, and to guide you towards the truth that has always been inside your heart. Stay with me, because what you're about to hear may be the confirmation you've been waiting for. Why we feel an empty space or inner intuition. At times, we experience a sense of emptiness, a feeling of something missing deep within us. This feeling can be unsettling, as if there's a void we can't fill, no matter what we do. But this emptiness is not necessarily a bad thing. It's often the way our souls communicate with us, reminding us that we are being guided towards something greater. This inner intuition, this feeling that we can't quite explain, is a whisper from Allah. It's the soul yearning for connection, for truth, for guidance. We might try to ignore it, or we might not even realize it's there, but it's always present, gently pulling us toward what we are meant to understand. In Islam, we believe that the heart, qalb, is the center of our emotions, and it's through the heart that Allah communicates His guidance. When we feel this void, it's an invitation to turn inward, to reconnect with our Creator, and to listen closely for the answers He's already provided us. These feelings are not random. They are signs. The emptiness you feel is often Allah's way of preparing you for something greater, something that will fill your heart with peace and purpose. Listen closely, because what you are feeling might just be the confirmation you've been waiting for. Allah speaks to us through signs in our lives. Allah speaks to us in subtle ways, often through signs that we might overlook if we're not paying close attention. These signs can come in various forms. An unexpected event, a person who crosses our path at just the right moment, a thought that keeps coming back, or even a sudden change in our circumstances. These are not coincidences. They are messages from Allah, carefully placed to guide us. Sometimes, these signs come through our dreams. As we sleep, our hearts are open, and Allah can send us visions or feelings that hold deep meanings. Other times, Allah may guide us through the people around us, using their words or actions to shed light on our own path. But how do we recognize these signs when they appear? The first step is to be aware, to stay present and mindful. Allah's signs often don't come with an obvious announcement. They are subtle and quiet, requiring us to be patient and attentive to what's unfolding around us. In Islam, we believe that Allah's guidance is always available to us, but it's up to us to seek it. The more we reflect on our experiences, the more we see the signs that Allah has been placing in our lives all along. It's not a matter of if the signs will appear. It's a matter of whether we're ready to receive them. The role of the Quran in confirming our feelings. The Quran, as the final revelation from Allah, holds the answers to many of the questions we wrestle with in our hearts. Sometimes, when we feel uncertain or lost, It's the Quran that provides the confirmation we seek. Allah speaks directly to us through His words, guiding us toward clarity and peace. The Quran is not just a book of stories and laws, it is a source of deep, personal guidance. When you feel a certain way, or when you have a question in your heart, it's often in the Quran that you will find the confirmation. Allah knows exactly what we need, and He has provided it in His words, sometimes through verses that resonate deeply with our own experiences. For example, in Surah Al-Baqarah, Allah tells us that indeed, with hardship comes ease. Quran 94:6. When we are facing difficulties, this verse reminds us that even in our struggles, Allah has already planned the ease that will follow. It's a confirmation that we are not alone, that our feelings and struggles are understood, and that Allah is with us every step of the way. Reading and reflecting on the Quran helps us align our feelings with the truth. As we engage with its verses, we begin to understand that Allah has already answered many of the questions we have deep inside, our doubts, our hopes, and our desires for guidance. The Quran truly is a light that illuminates the path ahead. The story of a prophet or chosen figure by Allah. Throughout history, Allah has chosen certain individuals to be His messengers, guiding humanity through their lives and their stories. These prophets and chosen figures, such as Prophet Ibrahim, Abraham, Prophet Musa, Moses, and Prophet Muhammad, PBUH, experienced moments where their inner feelings and doubts were confirmed by Allah in powerful ways. Take, for example, the story of Prophet Ibrahim. He was deeply troubled by the idol worship of his people and longed for guidance on how to lead them toward the truth. One night, as he looked at the stars, the moon, and the sun, he questioned the nature of divinity. But when these celestial bodies set, he realized that Allah alone is the true creator and sustainer of the universe. This was a profound confirmation that his heart had been seeking, a confirmation that Allah was the one who answered his deepest questions. Similarly, when Prophet Musa stood at the edge of the sea, fearing for his life and the lives of his people, Allah confirmed his faith by parting the waters, providing them with the miraculous escape. This event was not just a physical salvation, but a spiritual confirmation that Musa was following Allah's guidance and that his faith would be rewarded. These stories remind us that the feelings we have in our hearts, whether they are feelings of doubt, confusion, or longing, are not foreign. They are shared by the greatest of Allah's chosen servants, and Allah confirmed their emotions with signs, miracles, and words of reassurance. Just as Allah confirmed the inner feelings of the prophets, He will confirm ours as well, if we have faith, patience, and trust in His timing. Emotions and the heart as indicators. In Islam, the heart, qalb, is considered the center of our emotions and inner guidance. It is through the heart that we connect deeply with Allah and understand the true nature of our feelings. Often, when we feel something profound inside of us, whether it's a sense of peace, unease, love, or even fear, it's the heart guiding us, trying to show us the path we need to follow. However, not all emotions are the same. There are emotional experiences that stem from worldly desires, and there are others that come from a deeper spiritual place. The challenge is learning to differentiate between them. While worldly emotions may be fleeting and based on temporary circumstances, the emotions connected to true guidance are deeper and more enduring. They come from a place of inner peace and truth. One way to discern these deeper emotions is to reflect on the clarity they bring. True guidance from Allah will not confuse you. It will calm your heart and provide clarity in the midst of uncertainty. If a certain feeling brings you closer to Allah, brings peace to your heart, and leads you toward righteousness, it is likely a message from Allah. Conversely, emotions that push you away from Allah, that create anxiety, confusion, or lead you toward actions that harm yourself or others, may not be divine guidance. These are often signals that we need to reevaluate our decisions and actions. By listening to our hearts, we can discern Allah's guidance. When your heart feels peace and direction, trust it. And when it feels troubled, pause and reflect, seeking Allah's guidance through prayer and supplication. Personal testimonies or experiences. Personal stories and experiences can be powerful reminders that we are not alone in our journey of seeking guidance from Allah. Throughout history, many individuals have shared their experiences of receiving confirmation in their hearts, finding peace and clarity in moments of doubt. These testimonies serve as proof that the inner guidance we seek is real and accessible to all of us.
One such story is that of a person who was struggling with a major life decision. They were unsure whether to take a new job, move to a different city, or stay in their current situation. Despite their anxiety, they felt a quiet but persistent peace whenever they thought about one specific choice. They decided to trust that feeling, turning to Allah in prayer for guidance. Not long after, the perfect opportunity presented itself. Doors opened and everything aligned effortlessly. It was as if Allah was confirming what they had been feeling deep inside. Another testimony comes from someone who had been praying for a sign, asking Allah to confirm whether they were on the right path in their spiritual journey. After weeks of seeking answers, they woke up one morning and felt a deep sense of peace, as though all their doubts had been removed. Later that day, they came across a verse from the Quran that spoke directly to their situation, providing the clarity they needed. These personal experiences show that Allah's messages are not reserved for prophets alone, they are for all of us. If we open our hearts and pay attention to the signs, Allah will confirm what we feel inside. These stories remind us that when we trust in Allah's wisdom and timing, He will provide the confirmation we need, often in the most unexpected ways. How to act. After receiving confirmation. Once you have received confirmation from Allah, whether through signs, feelings, or messages, it's time to act. The guidance Allah provides is not meant to be merely understood, but to be implemented in your life. Taking action is the next step in aligning your heart with the divine will. The first thing to remember is that faith is the foundation of any action. When you receive confirmation, trust that Allah has already paved the way for you. The path might not be easy, and the journey could be full of challenges, but your faith in Allah will give you the strength to move forward. Trust that Allah's plan is always better than anything you could have imagined for yourself. Next, patience is key. Just because you have received confirmation doesn't mean the way ahead will be free of obstacles. Sometimes, you may still face difficulties or setbacks. However, having patience in the face of these challenges will allow you to remain steadfast and focused on the path Allah has set for you. Remember the verse from the Quran, "So truly, where there is hardship, there is also ease." Quran 94:6. The confirmation you've received is a reminder that ease will follow hardship. Finally, gratitude is essential. Once Allah confirms your feelings and guides you, express gratitude for His guidance. Make dua, supplication, to thank Him for helping you find clarity and direction. Gratitude reinforces your connection with Allah and reminds you of His constant presence in your life. Every step you take after receiving confirmation should be filled with gratitude, for it is a sign of Allah's mercy and care for you. Acting upon the guidance you've received is how you align your life with the will of Allah, and in doing so, you fulfill your purpose and draw closer to Him. Conclusion and call to action. As we conclude tonight's message, remember that the feelings you've been experiencing deep inside, those longings, doubts, and hopes, are not coincidental. Allah knows your heart, and He is guiding you every step of the way. Through signs, through His words in the Quran, and through the subtle whispers of your heart, Allah confirms everything you've been feeling. What you are experiencing is not a random emotion.
It is the guidance and confirmation of your path from the one who created you. Trust in his wisdom, embrace his signs, and have patience as he reveals more to you in his perfect timing. I encourage you to take what you've learned today and reflect on your own life. Are there moments where you felt lost or unsure? Have you been receiving signs from Allah but were unsure of their meaning? Take the time to pause, pray and listen. Allah is always communicating with us, through the Quran, through our emotions, and through the world around us. Tonight, let this message be a reminder that you are never alone. Allah is with you, guiding you, confirming the truth in your heart and showing you the way. Be open, be patient, and trust in His plan for you. May Allah continue to guide you, confirm your path, and fill your heart with peace. Keep seeking His guidance and you will always find your way, always.